Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me how the sound is, guys. I don't know if it was good before, or it's good now, or if it was good both. I'm not sure, but you should definitely be hearing me in some way or fashion. What is up? It is Wednesday night, 5:30 p.m. I'm going to try to make this the regular time. For Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, and then 1:30 p.m. Eastern time on Saturdays. And I guess we'll label that the UK show. This week I felt like going earlier on Saturday. I remember that. So maybe we will move that earlier, because that one I'm not sure. I felt like earlier was going to be better. What is this doing to me here? There you go. Well, anyway, we do have a Mr. K Panzer Creations from over at Instagram. Now, I know K Panzer mostly from the last build-off I did. He did very good. I remember thinking that he was a very, very good builder, and then I remember thinking if he got them pictures better, it would be even greater. And since then, I mean, this was a year ago at least. Since then, I mean, the pictures are actually showing off the build so much better. So in addition to him being a talented builder, he's able to share them better. And I will go over to Instagram and show you, but welcome, Mr. And actually, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Constantine? Or is that pronounced wrong? I've muted you. You're muted. Hold on. You gotta unmute it. I'm sorry. I asked to unmute, and then you unmute. There you go. That should be the last time we have to deal with that.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing in English that would be okay.
It would be, yeah.
The way you pronounce it.
It's completely different in German then, right? Yeah.
Not completely,
Okay.
but
So, I'm just trying to get up my... I want to see my chat and see what these guys might be saying about the sound, just in case.
right.
It's been a
I
while
have my
since I
time.
used
Okay.
Zoom, so I'm like trying to figure it out again. Oh no, you gotta go down. Alright, so I got sound on both. Cool, cool, cool. And I will say what's up to everybody if I can here. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, you guys are going to see the participants list. This is what I deal with right here. This is what you get. So we know there's 43 people. Okay, it's actually pretty big. It's pretty big. What's up, Asian Kitten? What's up, Bassmaster Cube? Chris Coil Creator. What's up? Cobra Coils is here. Exhumed by Vape. What's up? Graham. What's up? Jason Campbell. What's up? Johnny Deathhead. What's going on? Big Perm. I seen you just came in. Kim Dixon Mumber in the house. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Clayton Von K. What is up? Michael. Oh, I'm not even going to pronounce it. I don't want to butcher your name. Michael S. What's up? Mr. Pebble. What's going on? Somebody else just came in a second ago. Falcom is here. What's up? R. Bauer, 25. What's up? Red Eye Loon is here. Sinus is here. Thomas C. Vice Coils. Wire Talk with Big G. And Xeon. What is up, everybody? Let me get this screen back up the right way. There you go. Boom. What is up? I'll be looking at the chat. We will be building. I think I'm going to be making another Micro Clapton. Shouldn't take as long as usual because I'll just bang it out. And I'm going to be using fairly big wires. But let me go over and see your Instagram, because I do want to show off some of the builds. So basically last week we did the overhang alien. I'd like to do that again, but a nicer one. That was kind of like a practice one. I just used 32 gauge, you know, just made sure I knew how it worked. And when I did this before, Mr. Panzer actually sent me messages of tips on how to do it, and I knew they weren't long messages. He knew exactly where I was going wrong. It was holding the stitch instead of holding the D core. It was the main one, and then he explained the other build to me. So that's basically why he's here. He's just an awesome builder, and he's, if you watch the show and you're in the chat, you know he's been around for a while here. So
Basically since COIL Class 1.
Go over to the Instagrams. So what are you building today? I know what you were building. You could share that too if you want.
Yeah, well,
You're muted again. How is he muted?
Where?
There you go. I just heard you.
Yeah?
Yep, you're good. You're good.
Okay. So, first of all, I prepared some decals, some big decals, of course. And then I was preparing a pretty long micro staggerton, just 2-ply 0.5 ribbon flat, staggered 40 gauge and then 32 gauge frames about 1.5 meters long, to use as a fuse.
Yeah.
Of course.
Do something crazy with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but well, work and life got kind of in the way. Well, not in the way, but I only got through. Basically, I basically got a dual coil right now, so I put that to the side so we can.
Yeah, that's something that. What was the fuse on it?
40, just 40 gauge.
It's definitely something you got to pay attention to. It's not easy to do something like that when you're on camera and talking and stuff. That's definitely a concentrating one, that little staggerton.
Yeah, I was actually on a video chat before when I started this, and I couldn't talk at all.
Yeah, it's a lot of concentration. Yeah.
So we got some easier builds. I got some just bigger fuse Claptons prepared for some overhangs, and the other build you may or may not want to do, we can do that pretty quick actually.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Is there a name for that thing?
Well, the first time I've seen it was from Old Man's Coils. He did something like that. and then I've seen it from arca coils,
Mm-hmm.
and he did more with it. And then I mean, we got a little tight group
Mm-hmm.
with 3 people: Mr. Pebble, X-Men Zombie, and me.
Yes.
We are always on the video chat, basically building all the time together. And we kind of named it the arca coil after him.
I like it.
When it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's basically it's really easy if you know what you're doing, but you
Yeah.
can do very much with it. That's the nice thing. And that's why I love the overhang alien so much, because you can just
You could do a lot with it. You could do so much, yeah. Now, actually, that is a question I did want to ask, and this is probably a good point to ask you. So, it seems like when you do, like when I seen you do your first overhang aliens, and then I seen you do that first arca coil, it seems like then you do, like you do a lot, like then it's like you'll have 4 more posts with a different kind of arca coil. You know, like you get into that build. Is that like what you? Is that like you really just get into one build at that particular time, or when you discover something you want to try different things and you're just
yeah, kind of the way it is. I'm I mean, I'm pretty stuck with the overhang alien.
yeah.
Because actually the build you took as a thumbnail, that's an overhang alien, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just
Bent it
bend
up.
off the sides, and that opens up like a whole new world of builds you can do with it.
Yeah, yeah. Just that little bending does too. Yes, it does. It really does.
So I think I'm not done with it.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's cool about the overhang too. Like, let me definitely get up the Instagram. Here's my problem with pulling up the Instagram right now. Is right now I am not good with this zoom. So I think we're only going to see Instagram. We're not going to see me and K Panzer here. So we're just going to look at the Instagram and then we'll be back. But you'll hear both of us talk. So I do already have Instagram. There you go. Well, it's mine. There you go, right up there. So the build we were just talking about, just so it's fresh in everybody's memory, the one that's in the thumbnail, which was this picture. I'm not sharing it yet. Hold on. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Display capture, right? Yeah. It's this build, which is an overhang alien. And then it looks like you got just like a fuse Clapton or a frame staple under there.
Well, the core for the
Yeah.
fuse Clapton, yeah. For the overhang, yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what I do for the overhangs. It's rare that I do anything else because like a frame staple, you can't do as much with it. Again, with the fuse Clapton, if you are starting your build and maybe a bend doesn't fit the way or doesn't look like you want it to be, you can still fiddle around with it. If you do that with a frame staple, ribbon is bent.
Yeah, yeah. So you could, yeah. So if he starts an overhang alien, and he doesn't, it's not falling the way he wants. Maybe he makes a mistake. He could reverse that overhang alien and start over, and the fuse Clapton isn't compromised at all. It's not. Fuse Claptons are pretty simple builds inside, and they keep their shape pretty well.
Yeah, and to be honest, nobody really looks at the core.
Yeah, with them, yeah. It's also kind of like you have the helix in here, and it's like a beautiful helix. And it's got a.
I hate doing helixes.
They're hard, yeah. You did good on this one. It looks like a fine wire you had to use for that.
I think it was just 38, and the other was 42 gauge twisted.
Yeah, I think I remember how to do this with the zoom share, because actually it's kind of important that you see what I'm looking at too. So I think I remember this. Screen share this. Share.
Yep. I see.
Yeah, okay, you can see now. And now, can I do this? I can, okay. Now, can I do... Yes, okay, cool, cool, cool. Let me just look at the live so I can see how they see it. I want to see if they see this as well.
What?
I think this is going to work. Ah, yeah, this is perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright. And I will look at chat in a second and take, like, questions or whatever. Well, not in a second, probably in a little bit. Maybe when we get building or whatever. But, okay, so I do want to show you guys some of the overhang aliens that he's doing here. Because this is very impressive, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you stitched it with an overhang alien too, didn't you?
Yeah, with a zipper interlocked.
Yeah. So, okay, so not only is the big coil an overhang alien, which is very cool. It's a snake spine, staple stagger fuse Clapton. Alright. Yep. And then he's got...
That took me 3 days.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, even that micro... I mean, I would consider this like a micro staple stagger fuse Clapton, too. I don't know...
Yeah, that was 2-ply 0.8 and 30 gauge frames and 40 gauge fuse and stagger. Also.
Oh, that's just 0.8 in there. That's smart. That probably wraps so much easier, too.
Yeah, the funny thing is because I'm using 2-ply, when I do the decal and the ribbon can't move, it makes a little hump sometimes. But it all works.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. They bind up together and one like might push out sometimes. Yeah, and so then it's stitched with an overhang alien. So this little wire, let me see if there's a...
That was just the excess wire.
This is the excess. Okay, so this wire that he made a coil out of is exactly this wire that makes that big alien. It's the exact same wire, just extra, and he made coils out of it. So this is what he used as an alien.
That's why they look a bit wonky. I mean, they were already decored and stretched.
Yeah, that's... Okay, we can see it more here. Alright, so he's got... Is it an interlock, too?
Yeah.
It's an interlock overhang, double stitch, stitch with a zipper, which is 2 wires. That's crazy.
No, the interlock is zipper. So the one wire is twisted one way and the other. Yeah.
Okay. So that's gonna get... Okay, so when you did that, one of them separated, right? Like one of the twists started to try to... Yeah, that's what happened when you alien... so when you alien a twist, you have to go a certain... I actually kind of forget which way you have to go. I always have to look it up. Like look at my past videos to see which way. But you could only... So if you alien with a twisted wire, there's only one way you could go, because when you start aliening it, it will unravel. So a zipper coil, you can only alien one way, and it's 2 wires twisted opposite. So the one's going to open up, but it looks really cool. Like I could see it now, and it actually makes it look kind of more... like more is going on. It's uniform, so it looks good.
You can the trick, I guess, is you need to know which wire is going to open up first, and then you need to twist that wire a bit further than the other one. So when you do the decal, they kind of look even.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a guessing game, and it's just pure luck if it's actually even.
That's smart. Yeah, that's really smart. I never thought of that. Twist the one that's going to unravel, you twist it more. Yeah, I like that. Interesting. Here's a cool hybrid. Braids.
High grade.
Yeah, that's great. I actually want to go out. And so here it is before it's colored. That's a really good shot, too. I guess some people might want to know, what camera are you using?
Well, I just... it's a Nikon D5600D, and it's just a normal kit lens with a Raynox 250 and sometimes extension tubes, sometimes not.
Okay. So you just used the stock lens, you said? Or you what
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
Oh, really? Damn. You get a lot of good. All right, so
Yeah, that one.
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's so good. Yeah. I couldn't do macro shots basically without the Raynox,
Hmm.
but that was the cheapest way for me to get into DSLR,
Hmm.
and I just got that last November
Yeah.
or December actually. And yeah, before that it was all cell shots, just phone shots.
So I used to love like taking pictures on the phone. Like I had a lot of fun doing that. Like the pictures on the phone. I had a really good camera at the time. I imagine that if you like coil building and maybe sometimes it might be getting a little stale for you, that a camera is a good. I'm sure when you got the camera, it made you want to build more because you wanted to take close-up pictures of new builds, and you probably even wanted to get better at building. So they're clean shots. They're all these clean pictures instead of because now you're zooming in on it. You're seeing a lot more. You know.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Hmm. Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah. No, well, um, the problem with phone shots was always that I just took way too many, and I
Yeah.
I had to decide which
Hmm.
ones I take. Now, actually, with the camera, it's I kind of have to know before I take the shot how I want it to look like. Actually, if you go up a bit more, there's just a bit more. There's the overhang with the arca, that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This one.
that's that, and the juggernaut overhang after that. There's the last, and those are the last phone shots.
I mean, they're still good. Yeah, they're still. You still got better at taking pictures too. I could tell before you even got the camera because this is a really good shot. This it don't matter what this is shot on. I mean, people are gonna look at that and just be like, yeah, that was shot very well.
Yeah, well, that was shortly after I got on RFI, and yeah, those guys are just,
So much knowledge, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I bet.
it's just a
Yeah.
library. It's just a library of knowledge.
Yeah, yeah. That's how like the Resistance crew chat room used to be like. Anytime I go in there, like I'm just learning something. Or like if I needed help with cameras, I mean I had all the help I could have got. All I had to do was ask or pay attention or whatever. And I know I always have that still. Like I gotta always ask people. There's always people that could give me that info. But it just and then just learning that people do things differently. You know, we all learn.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying.
I mean,
I actually want to go back to this one. So this is the other wire that we're talking about, the arca coil. This one here is one that
exactly.
I would like to show. It's not. I do understand how it's done. Now, it is very different doing it in person than just looking at it here because you might think that it's going to look like that on camera, but you do have to probably twist it more than you think. But it's a very cool wire. Fairly simple to make, but very cool. It's a nice.
And you actually looked at a coil shot before where I just basically bend those overhanging claptons, where I just bend them down with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that gives a whole nother effect. I think that was further up,
Yeah.
but yeah. So that coil has a lot of potential.
Mm.
I actually just like a week ago, I contacted somebody that's very good with razors and told him, "Hey, try this with razors, maybe."
Yeah. Try the arca coil with razors.
Yeah. Because I tried it, and
You
well,
could,
I'm
couldn't
not
you?
I'm not that good with razors, and I honestly just don't like making them. Um, so I thought somebody that enjoys razorbacks should do it.
That would look cool. Yeah. This one's really nice too. You got so it's a triple interlock, three different micro claptons. This one just looks so clean because of the zoom in and stuff. And then this is kind of like the other one Not as I mean, this is super complex, but it's still not as complex as the other one that he did. But this is
Yeah.
twisted wire, overhang alien. He used for a stitch for another overhang alien.
Right.
And this is what, a 4-core fuse Clapton inside?
Maybe 6. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. Your thing's nice and neat too. Your Instagram, it's like nice and neat.
This one, you're just over there. That's an arca coil where I bent everything by hand.
Let me know when it's in the middle.
Yeah. Go on.
Keep going down.
Yeah, there it is. There
This
it
one.
was. Yeah, this one. Exactly.
Okay, this is the one that I had. Okay, yeah. So it's almost like it's got the what is that coil called? It's got the dragon's breath kind of, the dragon scale coil kind of deal going on, where it's
Yes, exactly.
yeah, you bend it over just a little bit so it looks like scales moving in one direction.
That's where I basically got the idea.
Yeah, yeah.
From. And I had one too that I completely flattened.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, there's so many things you could do with these. There's so many different coil builds. I could show you what I've done kind of like that on a smaller thing. I'm not going to spend too much time on my profile, but I would call so what I would normally call them is like, because there was no name for these arca coils. I kind of like the arca coils. It looks like an arca coil, and then it's named after, you know, hopefully everybody would like that, but I think that would be a cool name. So there's a stovetop that I always talk about. It's one of my favorite coils I ever made. It's kind of the same concept. And then I also did in Coil Wars, I did a wire in a stovetop like this. Where is this? I hope I didn't paste it when I was talking. No, that's not it. If I can't find it, the next couple scrolls, we're gonna have to wait. So this is the dragon scale coil, so it's kind of the same deal. You kind of do it over a too big of a D core, and then you bend it over using, you could probably use your finger to do this too, yeah.
Yeah, I did. Because it's just...
It's
overhanging
soft, yeah. Yeah, it's going to fold, especially when it's that big, it's going to fold over with a little bit of pressure. And then your finger won't damage it, so it's probably a good thing to use your finger if you can.
I actually tried it with the pliers first, and that totally ripped it apart, so...
Alright, so definitely don't use pliers if you're going to try it. Yeah, this is going to take too long, I guess. It's probably like the next scroll. I always think, like, if I do one, I bet if I close it down and I did one more scroll, it would have been right there.
Isn't that always how it is?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like... Yep, I quit. Alright. So, I'm going to stop share. There you go. Boom. 64 people! What's up? Damn! What's up, Chris? What's up, everybody? Vice Coils. Wire Talk. I mean, I said hi, Wire Talk, so I take that second one back. And what's up? Inked and Spun, what's up?
Say hi to Lady Sarah for me, please.
Hello, Lady Sarah.
That's my wife.
Ah, awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, man. So what do you do for work?
I'm a bus driver.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I always wonder because lots of people are like, lots of coil builders are either electricians, contractors. Sometimes, like Addy Tooney's an electrician, or was an
Yeah.
electrician.
For me, this is basically. I mean, the job doesn't require to use your brain much.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to pay attention, but
Mm-hmm.
and I am a pretty creative person, I'd say, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just needed an outlet, and coil building gave me that kind of. Well, when it all really started with, I just wanted to be able to build myself aliens to
Mm-hmm.
bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I found you in coil class.
Mm. Was it? Do you think it was the challenge that made you want to start doing more than just aliens, or was it just you just
I,
enjoyed it?
I, yeah, I enjoyed it. That's one thing. And I learned something new. I love learning something new. And well, you and core class just gave me the opportunity to do that, to
Oh.
do more with the wires than just some aliens, which I could build at that point when you started core class. I don't know. I've seen tutorials basically from everybody
Mm-hmm.
on aliens and Claptons. I did my first Claptons after I've seen the Squid Dude videos where he
Yeah.
did them by hand with no swivels, right? So that's how I did my first Claptons.
Yeah.
And then one day I just moved to the basement so I wouldn't annoy my wife as
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to sit at the TV. I actually have it because I always tell you guys about this table. I'm never able to show it because something's under it. But I will show you what I started on. And I'll tell you the story behind it. But oh, here comes this fucking cat. There's something. Yeah, so I know exactly what you're like. That was the same thing with me, and like there wasn't enough coil building videos. I felt like there it was like I hope Twisted Messes comes out this Tuesday with another fucking video, and there just wasn't. And I always wish like these guys would make more, because I just enjoyed it, and I would have to watch them over and over again because I wouldn't get it the first time on most of them, especially their videos like. Rip Tripper's videos, it's like the video showed me once, and it wasn't because he was so good at explaining it. It was just they were simple coils. And then when Twisted Messes came out, I'm like, wow, people are doing all this different kinds of stuff like that. Okay, and how passionate he was about like telling people like there's people over on Instagram like there's groups doing this. There's people doing this, not just a couple people here and there. It's just I found a lot of people, and this was early in coil building. A lot of people.
And I still feel like that he still is pretty passionate about it.
Yeah, yeah.
When I see him, like on Grim Green, he's still pretty passionate about it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's like I know he gets like the apologetic kind of like for not being in the community as much because he just got busy. But I think that actually helped. I think that was a good thing in a way. I really do. I do.
And he's just a super nice guy. I mean,
yeah.
I texted him once and he immediately replied like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Replied to you.
You don't always get that either. Yeah, I hear you. Because I remember when I started building, it was hard for me to get. I wouldn't DM people though. I would just put messages under there, and even like there was no liking comments when I started, so there was no like. It was like they either responded or they didn't. And at a certain point, like when I got on there, Blue Eye Goon didn't even come out with his RDA yet, and he was already big on Instagram. He had like a couple thousand people following him. I think he had to have around like probably like 13,000 people following him when I started. So he was already busy in the threads and stuff.
Wow. Well, I only started Instagram because of Coil Class.
That's awesome. Yeah, I actually remember that. I think I remember you saying I don't have Instagram, but I'll get it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking of what the next build-off's going to be. I don't want to make it too much on everybody, and especially myself. I don't know if I'm going to do like a one... I don't like the one round thing, though, because I think a build-off is fun because it lasts for weeks, and it's a couple builds through weeks. So that was my idea at first, was maybe just make people... Like, give people a month to do 3 builds. And then, you know, I would put, you know, this is the 3 builds that K Panzer sent in. These are the 3 builds that, you know, Sugar Coil sent in, whatever, and so on and so on. But I don't... I like the weekly thing. I really do.
Yeah, it's cool. I like that too. I mean, for some people, it's pretty stressing them out, I guess. And it was for me when I entered the ND6K.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, I was building for like 6 months, and you put me in that market. That was like, oh, fuck off. Yes. Oh no. I have to build with these guys. Oh.
Yeah.
And that really stressed me out.
I remember you were one of the ones on the cut. You were like in between, and I just think that it was just yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you're responsible for all of this.
I mean, tell the wife I need to get a new drill. You know, we got these bills this week. Well, Nick Devine's making me do it. He's responsible. To take it up with him.
Yeah. No, I did the first build I did, that double UFO. I think that's still the hardest build I did. I haven't tried it since, and I think I did that 3 times.
Yeah, I remember the Coil Wars build off. I was building like 3 different coils and picking my favorites, and then I would always have like 2 that I would be up in the air about, and then but they were so stressful. Like, it was stuff that I was able to do too, and it was that stuff that I guess I wasn't taking my time with that I would keep messing up. Like, I would just need like the one thing was like a cage build with a stitched alien, a mohawk alien, and a regular alien, or an interlock alien. And I needed, like, I did the stitch first because that was the hardest. And then I did the interlock because that was the second hardest. And then in mohawk, I was like, I can do mohawks, these are easy. And I couldn't get this damn mohawk. I was like, oh man.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that basically all the builds I did in that build-off were firsts for me. Everything was a first build for me. It's like, shit. I gotta do some staggered builds in a braid. Okay.
That's definitely something I'll think, because something I thought about too is like the week is rough. 2 weeks is better probably for everybody. Maybe it's a lot of stress I put on myself having a week to put it in. Maybe 2 weeks would be good. And then I think with 2 weeks, the people bitching about time, I don't think they can anymore, because we've seen plenty of build-offs where people only had a week. So if I give you 7 extra days, so that's also an option. And it would also make it easier for me to, instead of having only, 7 days to deal with editing or whatever, I have 14.
Right. Yeah, would make it easier on me too.
Alright, I'm going to start making this micro Clapton. I'm going to do just like I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible, because I would actually, man, maybe I should make the...
By the way, how loud is the drill?
It's not that bad. I mean, it would drown you talking out for sure, but it's not bad. Also, if you're doing it for a long time, or are you just fusing something?
I don't know.
It don't matter. I mean, we could do...
I could mute myself, of course. Well,
yeah, if you have to use it for a long... But I'm not really worried. It's fine. It's not even that loud.
I know an Englishman in this chat who would complain.
He's lucky I didn't see him. What's up, Clay? I seen you in there too, Philip Wheeler. What's up, everybody? Damn, 71 people. Alright. So I could make a micro clapton, but that is actually kind of... I do have a micro clapton, too. Oh, how... Okay, so here's a question I have for that build. So if I want to make a micro clapton to make an overhang alien that's just kind of the same size as, like, most of the ones that we're looking at. Because you pretty much do them all the same size, right? The decors?
Yeah, well, it's limited to what space I have. And they are all about 1.5 meters. So I think a meter is about 3 feet.
Yeah.
Roughly. Yeah. So I'd say 4 feet,
Okay.
basically.
Okay, so 4 feet of a micro clapton kind of gets you there to get a build like that. What are you using to... Can I see what you use to do that? To make an overhang alien, the decor, like if you want to do, you know, a 3mm decor.
That thing.
Ah, that's actually very similar to what I got, only yours looks sturdier. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty straight. Let me see how big it is.
I gotta get one of them because...
Yeah, it's 3mm.
3mm? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and I got some wires. Well, some 18 gauge. That's 1mm. I got some 1.5, some 2, and some 2.5.
Okay.
And all the smaller wires, of course.
So if I
but
do...
who needs that?
Yeah. You know what? You know what we'll do? I think this will be a good idea. Let's do the arc coil first, because I know that we could both definitely get an arc coil, and it'll be something cool to show. And then after that, we could do whatever the heck we want. I might also want to make a fuse clapton for the inside of the overhang alien that I'm going to make, or I could do the micro clapton. But let's do the arc. I'll get my thing like that. And
yeah. So
I'll be right back.
With the arc coil, you just basically make the big clapton as long as you want your coil to be. So
makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna put these down for a second. I won't hear you. Feel free to talk, and I gotta find where I put that thing. It can't be hard to find. It's pretty big.
30 gauge.
Got it. So basically what we have here are 3mm rods. I believe mine's around 3mm, and the only way I could do... I don't have calipers, but I do have 3mm rods that I just put next to it, and it looks like 3mm. It might be a little smaller or a little bigger.
What you should definitely do is cut that thing in half.
Yeah. How? So yours is... Yeah, this one is definitely fairly... Yeah, I could definitely cut that in half.
Yeah, I mean, mine is... Yeah, I mean... Mine is not even 30 centimeters long.
Okay.
So
I actually see how, because that is probably 9 inches all the way. Why does this have picas? Which millimeters?
And that got me through everything, right? So the snake spine decor was about 90 centimeters, so almost 3 foot long. And that fit easily on here.
Okay. Oh yeah, we probably should have did this earlier, but what are you vaping right now?
What am I vaping? 1 second.
You would have threw the show for a real loop if you would have been like, actually, I've never vaped.
Yeah. I actually never vaped before. No, I'm the one setup I'm using is Saga mod from Vapor's Cloud, and the Nightmare V2 28mm, great for series, and the other thing I'm using is the Asgard Mini, and the Mac is what's that? Swiss high-end L'Atelier Quake 21700. It's
Nice.
it's just nice and small.
Yeah, I've used one of them before. I like them. They're nice.
Super responsive, super nice.
Yeah. I think it's the same one. My buddy he likes all that mods, especially the Side-Fire. What gauge are you going to be clapped in with?
I just took out some 30 gauge.
Okay.
I'm going to mute myself real quick
Alright.
while I do this.
Cool. I'm going to do some 30 gauge as well. See if I could zoom in on myself a little bit as I do this with that camera. I do have this one here as well, so I could put on the other camera as well, but it would, I think, cut out the zoom, so I don't want to use it if I don't have to. Alright, I'm gonna get 30 gauge. Do I have 30 gauge right here? Cleaned my spools up a little bit today. They were getting messy. Oh, and what this rod is, for anybody that doesn't know, so where I got my rod from, it's actually from Home Depot. It's actually a drop ceiling hanger wire. I don't know what gauge this is. It's probably something like 12 gauge or something. It's very thick. Just to give you, I mean, it's a 3mm, just like what you wrap your coils on. It's a thick rod, thick rod. Yeah, we might as well get the twisted misses. Does it matter which way you spin it? No. Alright, so I'm just going to go in the forward. If it don't matter, then that's good. So we're going to be building this arca coil. Let me show you again what we're building. This arca coil. Let me go to here. And it is... Oh, I didn't screen share yet. I will, though. Oh, I don't have to, actually. This is... That's the bent one. I don't want to show you that one, because we're going to be doing kind of the regular one. I may be going back too far at this point. Yeah, okay. Up here, up here, up here, up here, up here. Up here, up here. Alright, so this wire here, not the overhang alien type looking thing, just this round wire that's in the spiral form, that's what we're going to be doing here. And I'm just going to follow whatever K Panzer does, and we should get something pretty cool out of it. There you go.
Yep.
Okay. Move my chat down here. Man. This. I don't know how much this is going to zoom in. Okay. Ain't bad.
God damn it.
.30 gauge nichrome twisted messes is what I'm using. And I didn't clean my fingernails today. That's nice. Okay.
I used 30 gauge big spool stainless steel.
Yeah, that's it. Man. I should probably do that for like
I got some nice spools like I don't know. Tobias has probably told you about the beekeeper wire.
yeah, yeah.
They sell the spools in grams. So each spool is 250 grams of wire. They go up to 42 gauge. And I calculated how much 42 gauge that is. Well, they tell you how long it is. But I calculated into feet, into spools. That would be 37,000 foot spools of 42 gauge for like 22 euros. So I'm not worried about wasting 42 gauge actually.
Yeah, that's smart. That's why I cleaned up my wire. I wanted to keep my twisted messes over there and use the other companies until I built a couple of whatever we're doing. But I didn't get out the 30 gauge in time. It's probably right here. I pulled out some wires. Anyway, can I see how long you made your Clapton?
Oh, I can tell you. But well, 12 centimeters, that's like 1.5 coils.
Like, so it's like 6 inches. That's what it looks like too. All right. Cat, what are you doing? Okay.
And I just pull out some 24 gauge, straighten it.
24, got it. All right. Hold it steady by doing this. Tell you what, I sliced my thumb pretty good the other day after the show, whatever show I used actually for the overhang when I pulled out the .2, it exploded in the bag, and I was going like this to make it straight to bring it back into the bag, and it went right through my thumb. And it's this thumb too. So the cut's healing now, but it's okay. The cut's healing now, but it's this thumb, the one that has the that I hit with the hammer.
So I'm not using ribbon enough to.
Yeah.
I haven't cut myself actually yet. So I'm lucky. So I got some leftover .4 ribbon. That's okay.
So I don't have this hooked up to the swivel. And I'm thinking maybe I should. Did you hook it? You don't hook it up to the swivel, right?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
I got an L shape, L bend in there, and I just hooked that into the swivel.
What, like tension? You just hold it back?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try this.
You don't need much. I actually don't have a small bearing swivel on there. Then just a big ball bearing.
Okay.
Ugh. I hope I don't damage my little staggerton here.
So I literally am just going to take
Yeah.
the L shape of this. So you just got an L cut into it here. There's a swivel, and literally just put it in like that, and just with tension I'll hold it. Actually, I suppose I could put a hook in there too. Huh. I'll do that another time. What if you have a little bit of gapping in there, like little gaps? Should be alright? Yeah.
Don't matter.
Alright, that should be good enough right there. And do you kind of get this recoil thing happening too, where it's like, it looks kind of wrinkled?
Well, wrinkled, not too much.
I'll show you. Let's see if,
But it basically loosens up on itself, so you don't need to.
yeah, you don't need to do. I think I'm good. Let me see if I can show you. You see how it looks?
Yeah, just a bit. Yeah.
Not a big
So
deal.
what? Nah.
Cat, get the fuck out of here. Don't go in the trash can, you dumbass. Come on. You gotta
But
go.
there's
Too
10
much.
wires in there. I mean, the wires, it says.
That's the little one. What pain in the ass. Alright, 20 gauge, right? Did you 24 gauge, 24 gauge.
24, yeah. Just took some 24, record that on the 24, and then
Is the 24 the same length as the
yeah,
D4?
well, I do it a bit longer so I
Okay.
can grab it.
Now it doesn't have. I do know that it doesn't have to be 24. He could have even used 25. It's like you're gonna get different patterns, which with whatever. You
Yeah,
use.
I just took something.
Yeah, yeah. So like if you don't have 20, even 30 is like 32 would probably work. Pretty much anything really. Thinner wire is gonna be a little harder to get a nice finished thing with, like a nice. It's gonna be delicate, very delicate.
It's a big build, so you should use bigger wire.
Mhm.
That way it looks better. It's the same thing I feel for overhang aliens. Like I've seen Oxide 1 just do an overhang alien, I think with 26 gauge for the fuse. I like that one very much. But like when you do an overhang alien with 32 gauge, sorry, that's just
Yeah.
well.
It's a practice, yeah. It's that should be a practice,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
you should start making claptons and stuff, yeah. Overhang aliens are not gonna be for the beginner coil builder. It's just it's not gonna be one of the first builds you learn. It's probably gonna be one of the last ones you learn, really. Alright, so now I just get this in my drill here. And what do? Put the 24 on your
You need
another
a second.
wire. Yeah, to twist it with.
I took just 0.4 ribbon,
Okay.
took it put it next to it. Then you just hold the wires together and twist until you like what you see.
So you don't even do, like, I guess sometimes you do, but this time, are you going to stretch this at all, or no?
No, 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 no.
No. Do you ever
Just-
stretch it at all?
Well, you could, of course, you could
Mhm.
stretch it to get a different pattern.
Yeah.
Um, but I like it when it looks like steps going up.
Yeah. 'Cause
That's why I want somebody to make it with a razorback. So that would, if that razorback stays standing
Mhm.
flat, it doesn't wobble around, and you can twist that perfectly. That would create a nice stairway, basically.
We'll have to try it one day.
Yeah, somebody please do it. I'm not doing it.
I ain't doing that. Nah, where's the 4? Oh, already with the excuse with the X. Oh, wire talk with Big G. Spare me, I can't build. Because my stuff's at my X. Ah, with the excuses already. Ah.
Uh-huh.
Well, get them, Big G, at one point. It's no rush, dude. And I'm just sticking with you. Alright. 24 ribbon right here, just as long as I did my 24. Now, I probably did it longer than I should have, but
Doesn't matter much.
you see how this is going? Look at that.
See, this one's not too clean.
Sometimes it'll twist. I know what you mean. Yeah. So do you think it would be a benefit to try to do it longer? So maybe your mistakes would be... I guess it's hard to, though. This is a wire that's hard to kind of do long.
Well, it depends how much wire you're willing to waste, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't waste much time here. You didn't waste a lot of wire because you buy all that wire, so you might as well just be like, yeah, whatever.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but normally it's a fast build, right?
Mhm.
It's like you can do it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so if that one's not good, well, you can just do another one.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's not good. I probably had a twist in the ribbon and didn't pay enough attention to it. So, well,
Well, I'm going to learn from your mistakes, hopefully. I'm going to make sure that my ribbon's nice and straight. Yeah, I'll get zoomed in. I'll make sure it's nice and straight. So basically we've got 2 wires. One's very simple. It's a piece of 24 ribbon. And then the other one is a piece of 24 gauge with that big old Clapton over it. Fairly simple.
but the trick is, even if it wasn't twisted good before, when you flatten it with your fingers, it looks even again.
Okay.
Oops.
But it's not always something that needs flattening with fingers, though. It's another
no.
technique. Yeah, it's another technique to use, and sometimes
I'm just doing that, and you show the normal one, maybe.
and that's what's cool about making mistakes sometimes too, is that you get to play with them a little bit and maybe see something else. I mean, lots of these builds that come out are just mistakes that somebody found something cool to do with, and then they learned how to do it consistently. It's like a Mohawk Alien. It's a mistake, but people learned how to do them consistently, and it looks really cool when you do it consistently.
Exactly.
And then it turns out to be not a mistake. Now it's got its own name, it's its own coil, it's its own thing. Alright. Keymaker Coils, what's up? What's up, everybody at Casper Coils? What's up, Bones? Flying Custer. Thank you all for joining.
So let me see if that actually works when I do I take this lens.
Oh, yeah. It looks a lot like that other one that you had.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
bent down with the fingers. And now it looks uniform. Before that, didn't look so good.
Yeah. That's really cool. And it is a fairly simple. This is one that, like, you know, I said the overhanging alien probably isn't for beginners. This one, I would say beginners could get right on this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You just have to figure out what to do with it.
Alright, so that's how it starts. And
Yeah.
for somebody that hasn't done them before, I gotta grab hold of my ribbon again. I think my ribbon might have.
Yeah, I always put the ribbon around the needle noses.
That's a good idea. I could do that. Will this relieve tension? Maybe I shouldn't do that. I'll do it like this for now, because I feel like if I cut this, it might relieve too much tension and pop this back or something.
You don't really need much tension.
Now, if you like it this way, you could stop this way. It doesn't, you know, it's really got no...
And sometimes it depends on what wire you choose to take for the second wire. Well, if your second wire is pretty big or pretty wide, I did it with like 0.8 ribbon once. That gives a really nice pattern too. Like it makes the whole thing space out much more.
Yeah, so that matters, because if it was 0.8, these would be further from each other. These hoops would be further from each other. And
And
know,
you could maybe twist it more, and the single loops would open up more. Looks completely different.
I really need to find that picture of the coil. I've done this too. So there's a stove top that I always share as one of my favorite coils. So it was like this, and then I would take a regular alien, like a 28 gauge alien, and I would clap in the alien in the gaps of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like my favorite stove. It even was like the best vaping stove top I ever made. It was just this with an alien in it. So I basically helix this wire with an alien. It's a very cool look. Little hard to, you can't really wrap it into a regular coil easily, but a stove top, oh man, I'll have to find the picture. I do want to show
You got some of those stove tops coming up, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is a really cool looking wire that you can do a lot with, and it's also simple if you just want to tinker around a little bit and, you know, just do something easy. Which I do tend to do sometimes when I'm coil building, do something easy and try to just mess around with it.
Huh. Maybe that's a good idea with the helixing actually. So
Yeah.
bend that down a bit. Let's see if I can still helix something into that. Might have a Clapton laying around. That's too small. Oh, yeah. That is too small. I wanted to use that as a stitch. I got some not so clean micro aliens laying around. Just take those.
Excuse me. I'm gonna show them this wire close up. Our screen's gonna go. You're probably not gonna see it. Yeah, you're not gonna see it, but I'm just gonna show them this real quick. Ooh, I could probably twist it more even. Light.
Okay, that wasn't worth
Yeah.
it. he just can't see it. Whatever.
Nobody's seen anything. You could say whatever you want now. You could say, hey, I nailed it. You'll have to look at it later. You have to look at it some other time.
Yeah. No, I just decided I don't want to shoot it. It's not good enough. Don't like it.
Because I made a better one.
Yeah. Look at this. Yeah, it just went in there and it's basically gone.
I mean,
Well,
we could do this if you guys want. I could just make an alien and show you that wire. I mean, I could make an alien that fits in here. It looks like it would have to be something like a 28 gauge alien. We could do that instead of me making a microclapton. It even looks cool on the edge, like the when you look down the, like where the drill went. You go like this. Looks pretty cool. If you look down that edge. Or maybe we should just sit here until I clean my fucking fingernails. And we'll just...
sure. Well, I cut mine today, just
Yeah.
for you.
See? I don't know, does that... 82 people, damn! You know what, K Panzer, you might have to be here all the time now. Shit.
Yeah, just make it Saturday next time.
Saturday.
The UK show, that would be better.
I mean, if we... this show wouldn't be a bad idea either if we had more than... I don't know, I kind of like the one-on-one too. But I know there's some people that might feel comfortable coming live if they weren't alone. You know?
Oh, but... I think it would be harder to have a good conversation, I guess.
Yeah. The one-on-one's better, and then if you have two people... Plus, you know, it's hard with Zoom and, like, video chat and sometimes to, like... I already interrupt people sometimes. And Zoom makes that a little harder. So, sometimes it is, like, when... Especially if you're focusing on this, and just cut somebody off when they're about to talk. But, I mean, these are things you learn. What am I doing? Oh, I gotta get 20... I should probably do 29 gauge, actually. No, 28. I'll do 28. And what wires do you... What builds do you usually vape?
Most times it's... Well, aliens or Fralians. I quite enjoy some 4-core SFCs.
Mm-hmm.
But since I made my first like 0.2 Fralian with 0.2 ribbon, they just vape great in on max. So this what I got in here is a I think 10 ply 0.2 32 gauge frames, and this is 40 gauge interlocked, 4 amps 3mm 0.08 all
Nice.
N9.
Yeah, that's nice. All N90? Wow.
Yeah.
N90.2?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I never even seen N90.2. I guess who would have that? Huh. I'll have to check
Well,
that out.
there's a couple of companies out there.
Yeah.
So, like this one.
Fire Optimum. Do they? Is that where you order from? When you don't get them big spools, do you order from? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, well, we had this little dabble into COIL CLUB crew when Dragon's Breath was around,
Mm-hmm.
and that was basically the sponsored team from COIL CLUB crew, where we got like, I don't know, like 50% off
Mm-hmm.
wire for being on there and wrapping them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, then I don't know, like Dragon's Breath account got stolen or something was up with him and he disappeared.
Mm.
And then the whole team disassembled. Well, actually we are still in chats, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just asked Brian Mindream
Mm-hmm.
if they would have me, and yeah,
That's
that
awesome.
was my part. And then sometime later, Wire Optim approached me and asked me if I wanted to test their wire. They gave me like $50 or something credit that I could order some, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm using their logo in some of my posts,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess it's about 50% on the wire as well.
That's
But
awesome. That's really good. Yeah. That's an
yeah,
awesome thing to have, and they are a good company. I mean, that is Lightning Vapes, and Lightning Vapes was that was one of the companies that was around when I started. It was Kidney Puncher, Lightning Vapes. That was it. It was either that or you get Temco, and then Twisted Messes came out shortly after. But they've been around for a while, and I've never ever had a problem with them. They always have been like that. You get when you're buying as many spools as I do, you get a couple spools. Sometimes that ain't great, but that's every company. There hasn't been a company where mistakes. People are human. Mistakes happen. Even machines
yeah,
make
of course.
mistakes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, the wire is good, and I'm I'm honestly not going through too much wire because I just don't have time to build. And when I'm doing the art builds I
Mm-hmm.
do, I'm mostly using these big spools
Mm-hmm.
of stainless just because they're cheap. And well, for everything else, vapable coils, when I'm using ribbon, of course, I need to go to one of these companies,
Mm-hmm.
because the beekeeper wire is just round wire and just
Mm.
stainless steel.
They're probably not cleaning it. They don't know what. So when you get big spools like that, just so people understand, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's always for vaping. They use that wire for other stuff. So they're not cleaning that wire as if somebody's is breathing it in. So you do have to be careful with them wires. If you clean them, you should be good. I think if you even hit it with alcohol real quick and then ultrasonic cleaned it, or just ultrasonic clean it with Dawn dish soap's probably fine too. I'm not positive. But when you get it from somebody like Twisted Messes, Wire Optimum, their main goal is making vape wire. They're making wire
Yeah,
for vaping. It's clean enough right off the spool. Do you still clean it? Most likely you're probably still going to clean it anyway. But if you didn't, you're going to be fine because it's made for that.
yeah, exactly. And that's, I mean, I just got from basically point 4, which is 26 stage. I got 0.35, 0.3, 0.25, 0.2, 0.15, 0.1, 0.08, and 0.06, which is 42 gauge. All of that, and in big schools, I will probably never have to buy any other stainless steel. And I'm not vaping stainless steel, so that should be good.
I want to get more into. I used to do this a lot, mixing my alloys in my builds. I really like the Canthol and the one bit. I did Canthol in one of these builds a little bit ago. It might have been the Staggertons that I made, the Kent Staggertons, the Twisted Messes Staggertons, and I'm actually enjoying it again. I used to love mixing alloys, having uh, Canthol ribbon with nichrome frames and nichrome wrap, or mixing up the ribbon, nichrome Canthol with nichrome. Just mixing them up. I want to get back into that because I started making just 100% you know, stainless steel aliens. 100% stainless steel for aliens. And I wouldn't mix it up, but I think I'm going to go back to that and experiment a little more.
Yeah, I like I like N90. It's just fast, and I like the weight of it. And I'm trying to exclusively bake mechanical. I just basically use one regulated mark for work. Yeah.
If anybody's got any questions, I'll look at the chat now while I'm doing this. I'm making this decor for an alien to helix this wire. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to make something to helix this wire, and it's going to be a 28 gauge alien with 38 gauge wrap, as long as everything goes well with the alien. So if you got questions, I'll look at the chat as I do this, Clapton. Just let me know.
Give me questions.
What's up, Taz? And I agree. I do like the N90 cores with the N80 fuse as well.
Yeah, Taz was one of the guys on COIL CLUB crew too. He's still with us.
John Lamoureux, I hope I pronounced that right. That's an awesome last name. Welcome, and yeah, DIYing's important. That's awesome that you're able to make juice and now getting into coil building, because it's gonna be, it may be necessary soon. You know, you never know. It's good to be prepared.
And it's fun.
Long live Beto. Thank you for joining. And I see the questions. Hold on. Do we have some wise asses? We sure do, but we're gonna get to you too. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the one question now, listen, you guys got to be good with me with this wire question, because first of all, twisted messes. Second of all, I actually don't know what companies are still live right now, so my answer may not help people. But the question was, what is the best place for new coil persons starting out to get some quality wire at not a bad cost? Listen, Wire Optimum is not a bad cost, especially in the United States. All right, you get a lot of wire for a pretty damn good price and a pretty good quality. Coil Society and Wire Optimum are right here with each other, really. Coil Society, I don't want to overspeak on prices either, but I would say them too. Twisted Messes, Kidney Puncher, those are like the high end one. Twisted Messes way more affordable than Kidney Puncher, but I believe they're in the same pool as when you go to quality. Okay, so I would say, just starting off, if you could go to like, what is it called, Temco, and get wires like what K Panzer has, like them big wires I mean, you might want to do that. Get the Master of Clouds. Master of Clouds is an awesome one to start off with. Very, very cheap, but good quality, and like they sell on eBay or on Amazon Prime. I think you could usually find Master of Clouds. It's not bad wire. It used to be like the wire used to be like a joke, the Master of Clouds, but now they are. From if they're still around, that's probably a good one to go to. Larry said, "What is a good blueberry combo?" Easy answer: blueberry and cream. Duh.
Oh, blueberry muffin.
Blueberry and muffin, yeah. I do not make my own juice, John. I have too many friends that make juice, so I'm lazy when it comes to juice. I do want to get to know it though, because I would love to make a video. Listen, I get into these arguments all the time with people on the street. Like, you don't know what they're putting in there, and I can say I know exactly what they're putting in there, and you know the only way I could say that is because listen, I tell them that I can make the juice. Okay, I do know what I'm putting in there because I make it myself. Is this a lie? Yes. But can it be true very easily? Yes. If I got the stuff needed, the nicotine, the VGPG, and flavoring, my first bottle of juice would be damn near the same components as somebody that makes e-liquid. So having this skill is important to me just to say, "Maha, I told you so." This is the only reason I need this skill. Just to go, "Maha, I told you so." Personally use wire often in Coil Society. KBs might be down at the moment. Master wire now, maybe. Master Clouds is master wire now, yeah. Wire optimum here. And then yes, for ribbon, don't go to Master Clouds, Master Wire. I don't even know if they have ribbon. I would say you want to get your ribbon at a better retailer like Coil Society, Wire Optimum. Yeah, I know a bunch of mixers too. Like me, starting a mix would not be hard. What kind of swivels do I use? I use Croc swivels, also attached to my, my Kim Dixon Merlin swivel. Check out, yeah, definitely check. This is more of a statement, but check out Mixers Helping Mixers on the Vaping Trucker YouTube channel. I absolutely do think that people should check that out if you want juice mixing. And then Fresh 03. I mean, when is sitting on library steps a crime? It depends what's in your hands, Squarewana. Or, yeah, depends what's in your hands. Dreadful Coils, what's up? Juice Junkie? There you go.
Yeah, Juju. I haven't tried Juice Junkie yet. It's from the UK, right? Haven't tried that yet.
Okay, let me get this alien done. I'll still look at the chat while I'm setting up this alien for fusing.
I'll try not to fail on an alien too.
So this show, I did label it COIL Club, and it's something that I do want to do more episodes of, have other people on. I think it's going to be a must that you build, though, on the show. Even if it's just something, and it doesn't have to be, I don't have to see everything you're doing. I mean, we've had, like I've had Richie Oliver on with me before, right, on this channel. And he's usually at his kitchen table, the camera's pretty far away. It didn't matter. He's building, and when he's done, he gets to show you, or if he has to explain something, he's still able to go like this and show you stuff like that. So it's not, I don't have to see, like, obviously this is perfect for K Panzer. I mean, this would be a good setup right here if you were able to do that. But as long as you're building, I don't want to get caught into too much off-topic conversation. Let's put it that way.
By the way, one question. I noticed one thing is really missing from coil class.
Yeah.
And that's braids.
Yeah. That's because I suck at them. Yeah, braids.
I know many people do.
Yeah.
If you want to do braids, Hello.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Yeah. That's definitely so, and then like most of the people that I knew how to braid. Well, Drew knew how to braid really well too. But other ones like on the Resistance crew, for instance, like Corey
Big
Coils,
T.
he just didn't like going live that much. You know, and there's a lot of builders like that. Not everybody wants to be on camera and be talking to a crowd. And I understand that. There's nothing wrong with that. But it seems like with braids, it was always harder to find people to get the information from them while we're live. So that would be a good idea. Sergio, what's up? Hey, Nick and Sherlock Holmes. Is Sherlock Holmes here? Or does he think... It sounds like somebody just called K Panzer Sherlock Holmes, but he might be in the chat. If he is, what's up? Loomy Blades, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead. You talk, because I see what you did.
Yeah, I did. Like I said, I prepared some decals, and I just went ahead and did an interlock overhang. Just regular Claptons. I'll take this one. Should be pretty good. See? Can you see it?
Yeah.
I can't see when it's in focus.
It's pretty damn good right now. Just like, yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's nice little interlock.
What was your core there?
Let me count. 5 or 6. Damn it, can't see. Wait a second. It's 5. 5 core 26, I would say. 5 core 26 gauge, and then just 38 gauge wrap, or maybe 40. I always have some of those laying around because they most times take me longer to do.
Yeah, than the actual, yep. Yeah, the prep on builds like that, it takes a little bit for sure. There's just a lot of prep.
Yeah, I still have that thing laying around, which really pissed me off the other day. It's well, there's this trend going on right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
With everyone's doing micro Clapton builds.
Yeah.
So I decided I'd do micro Clapton pitchfork.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm not very happy with it. And I still have space there. I tried to overhang alien that thing.
Yeah.
And use the stitch for the next fuse. But I haven't found the right decal yet, or well, right wire for decal, and I've run out of 48 gauge. So I don't know if I want to take just plain 34 gauge for a stitch. Maybe that build has to wait on the table for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you rush into it, and then when you rush into it, you mess it up, and you wish you would have just been a little more patient and thought of something. I have a lot of them wires around there. But I've done that too. I've made like a really complex pitchfork, and the fusing just didn't go my way. So I just put an alien over it. Actually, one of my build-offs, I did that exact thing. I did a pitchfork I wasn't happy with, so I had to alien over it to make it look like something.
Yeah, sometimes that's not bad. I try to overhang alien with basically the wire we just did, not in the twisted form, but just a record
Mm.
overhanging Clapton. I try to use that as the fusing wire for an overhang alien. That looks very funny. What I could make out of it. That has, well, on the one side, it actually looks like an alien,
Oh,
kinda,
yeah.
but on the other side, it's like an arch Clapton.
Yeah. Huh. That's actually pretty cool. Interesting looking.
Yeah, interesting. Still don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. I got my headphones off for a second just while I stretch this.
Yep. I'm so lazy when building right now that I learned how to do a no stretch alien a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Is that what you've been doing lately? Is no stretch?
Yeah, I tried to do that because I just don't want to get up and walk outside the room basically
Yeah.
for depending on what I'm building.
What's
For-
the weather
for that-
like there now? Is it summertime for you right now?
Well, I guess you should call it summer, but it's a pretty shitty summer.
Yeah. Is it like, does it rain a lot there?
Yeah, we just had a pretty bad flooding over here. It's like almost whole cities got flooded away,
Wow.
swept. Yeah.
It stayed out of
We-
the house
we-
though?
Huh?
It stayed out of the house. It didn't get in your house though.
No, not into our house. No. We were lucky. We are living on a hill.
Yeah, that's what they use. Like, yeah, I figured that. There's lots of people that tell me that, like places that flood a lot, they'll just put you on a hill usually.
Yeah, but there was people. Well, basically the whole house got swept away
Wow.
in some places. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Luckily, I wasn't there. Just put that in there.
That's the one you just did now?
Yeah. Was enough for that. Basically, 2 stovetop thingy. That's the way I'm doing many builds. Just stick it inside the post hole and then do something with it. Well, sometimes I have ideas. Like the Ferris wheel build.
Yeah, that one's really cool. I really like that one. That's why I picked it for the thumbnails, because that one I really like. And that's
Yeah,
got like a, like it's almost like a different. It's definitely a different build the way you have to do it, and it almost seems like you could probably sit down and watch something as you do the second part.
Yeah.
The weaving kind of part, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, I did. I actually took a needle and put the club inside the needle, and then actually stitched it.
Ah, okay. That's smart.
Yeah, I put the whole build together, and then I just stitched it.
Okay. Okay. That went well. I got my alien. It's a little bit longer than this, so this should be good. I probably could have went bigger with this alien, actually. 28 might have been 28, 38 might have been too small. I probably could have went like 27, 36 on this. It could fit like a whole alien in there, like a whole regular alien. I could twist it more, huh?
Maybe. Well, I twisted it until it broke off, but I used canfold, so that breaks pretty quick. Yeah.
I'm gonna just use this the way it is. I'm not even gonna overthink it. We'll see what we get. It's not like it's a whole lot of time wasted. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, it's that thing just swallowed the 0.4 micro alien completely up. It's just gone. Maybe in a macro shot you'll be able to see it, but
get these two together and get them in the drill. I'm gonna helix, kind of helix. I'm just gonna put this alien in the spot that's open. Basically, it's gonna be pretty simple. I'll just have to make sure that my alien doesn't twist or anything like that. That in the drill. This, you might be able to see it happen on this camera.
yeah, your new camera zoom is pretty hardcore.
Yeah, I'm real, especially since you just said that about the extension tubes, how much you're getting out of it. I really should get them because I think they would benefit me a lot, especially during live. I was thinking for pictures, definitely, but for live, I think they would help a lot too.
Huh. Don't know. I actually don't.
Dreadful coils. Yeah, just anybody you guys want to see on there, just the only way I'm getting the list of people that I'll have on here is looking at the comments from Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. The comment section of all three of them is where I'm going to drive my names from. There was one person that DM'd, I'll make an exception. This is because they don't even speak English really. And they DM'd me. They understood the video, DM'd me. But yeah, just definitely put the name in there because it's going to help spread it. The reason why people do that, like comment below, is because it's going to help spread it. The more activity that's on these videos, which there was a lot of activity on that video yesterday. I do appreciate that. A lot of people watched fairly quickly. There was like 200 views on there. Pretty quick for a video.
Yeah, that was really good.
So So yeah, I'm just gonna go to all them comment sections, write down all the names. I mean, most of them I've already talked to, and you know, I'll make sure they want to come live. But every single one that's done there, I'll do it. I haven't followed. Yeah, I'll just DM everybody. I haven't really followed up with M Turk recently. We've never really talked much. We've short DMs. I definitely wouldn't be afraid to ask him, but I actually haven't kept up with like what he's been doing, you know? You're right, Vapor Cat. I think there is 2 mics going. Can you hear me now? Or actually, let me know this. How about this? Let's do this. I think it's this. Now you could hear me. I'm doing a test. Even though it says I'm muted, I should be on. But he can't hear me. I'll figure out the sound for next time, because what's going on now is K Panzer can't hear me. Yeah, it's okay. I understand what's going on. You're right. There is probably like kind of 2 mics going on right now. It's not really 2 mics. It's the way the OBS is set up, I think. Making sure this alien stays flat and goes right into where I need it to go. I could have did a bigger alien, that's for sure. This will still look cool, but I could have done a bigger alien. Maybe even a 26 gauge alien would have worked. But look at that, it was like exactly enough. Actually more than enough. Cool! Alright, I'll show you what this looks like. I'll also get it in the macro. I'll try to get a good shot of it before this video is over. We're probably going to cut this video down around 7:30ish. I haven't ate yet. And yeah, I think we got a lot accomplished here anyway. We both did like 2 builds.
Yep.
Okay, so there's the alien and the gaps. See, I could have did it way bigger.
Yeah.
But I'm
gonna
yeah, it's still gonna look cool, but it probably would have looked better if it would have filled in some more of them gaps. Probably could also, that would actually probably make it bigger. Yeah. So yeah, if you wanted to, you could take this, and if you wanted to experiment with what if I twisted it more, you could actually twist it more right now. And it'll get that alien even tighter too. Look at that. Okay. Alright. Let me get a good lighting down here. I'll get the camera ready. Yes, K Panzer's link to Instagram should be right in the description too. And also, while I talk with Big G, just put it out there, but it should be in the description. I believe I put it in there yesterday.
Yep. It's in the video.
Cool.
And I got like I got like 10 stories from people.
Yeah, there was a lot. I know. Yeah, I seen all of them. They all tagged me. Well, maybe there was some that didn't even tag me too. But yeah, I probably got like 10 that did tag me.
Yeah, that was super awesome. Thank you all for doing that.
Yeah, that's awesome support, guys. It really is. Get this light here. One sec, I'll get some diffusion going on.
New. Still not looking good. Whatever. So I guess I'll rewatch that tomorrow to see those shots.
Alright, maybe I could... Can I do this though? Screen share, OBS, share. Can you see that, K Panzer? That,
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. That's what I'm sharing with them over there.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that a bigger alien would have been a better choice, but for just, I mean, I'm happy with it.
Maybe even if you twisted it a little more and you did a mohawk.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking Mohawk too, a little bit like when I was doing it. I was like, but I think, yeah, Mohawk with the bigger wire as well. Yeah, that would look cool. And you could keep helixing this too. I could put something next to the alien now. I could put, some 32 gauge next to it or something. There's a lot of things you could do. Maybe I will, and I'll wrap it up and put it into a coil. But that's literally what I would do with this. The same thing that K Panzer did was he threw it right into a deck, put one into the post, and then he just wrapped it whatever way he seen fit to go into the next post. You could do whatever. Yeah, he did an old school type stovetop, really, out in a postless deck.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing I did with this. I just stuck it in the one post and got it around to the next post. Boom. It's fairly easy to wrap coils like that, and you get something different. You might think you know what you're gonna get, but it's usually completely different from what you thought.
And if you took those overhangs and just stretched them out a bit, you can put something big, beefy in the middle again, and then boom, you have a nice build.
Yeah. War Child, what's up? But yeah, I'm gonna start bringing this show to a close. Addy Tooney, what's up? I do want to thank you, K Panzer. It's awesome that you were the first one here, and I learned something too, so that was awesome. And
Thank you for having me as the first one.
yeah. I mean, it was perfect timing, just what we were doing and what I was trying to learn, and that you offered to be on last week's show to help me out with that. So I figured let's do it the right way. Let's get a whole show. If I can get your time. So anybody that wants to be a part of something like this show, this COIL Club show, I'm actually gonna I have an intro in mind, like a promo intro that I could do for this. I would have to sit down this weekend and actually make it, but I think it would be pretty fucking cool, and it might get people more excited about it, and I think I could tie a build off around this whole thing as well. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching. Is there any other questions that anybody has? I think we answer most here, and I don't think it'll be the last time we see K Panzer here anyway. Anybody that's in these groups, like if you're in a group with K Panzer and you feel like this might be something you want to do, and you'd be more comfortable if he came along, that's perfectly fine as well. We could figure that out. So if there's anybody in any of your groups or whatever that you talk to and it seems like they just need a little push, and that would be the push, we could do that. Let's see. Jay Blaze, what's up?
God damn. A lot of names.
Yeah. A lot of people, it was a lot of viewers live. It's actually one of the most, this channel, I hardly ever hit above that 100 viewer thing. I've done it a couple times, but this one was super fucking close. Super close. Nice. Don Coileone, what's up? Oh, Wire Talk with Big G, I might take you up on, I'll tell you what I wanted to do with the intro, and you might be able to help me a little bit with that, actually.
Ooh, we're gonna get some big jizzles.
Yeah.
Jizzles.
I mean, if you could just imagine the COIL Club thing would be the theme straight from Fight Club. So you could do a build-off based around that. And you can make a pretty cool intro if you know the movie Fight Club very well. You can make a pretty cool intro, especially if the third rule is, if this is your first time on COIL Club, you must build. You get where I'm going with it? Okay? So that would be a cool thing. Yeah. Thank you, Graham. Yeah, it was a good show. I enjoyed it, and I look forward to more. And the next time I'll be live I'll do Saturday at 1:30 this weekend. If I do earlier, there will be enough warning for you. I'll put it up like, maybe Friday night. If I didn't have a rough week, I'm not super tired. I was up this weekend on Saturday wishing that the show was earlier. I was wishing that it was like 2 hours earlier. I was wishing I did 11:30 instead of 1:30. So... there's one more. Oh, I will be probably playing on Twitch tonight, playing Fortnite too. So if anybody's interested in that, I will be over there. Other than that, man, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Appreciate you taking your time and coming out and hanging out.
Thank you for having me. And yeah.
Oh, is there anything you want to plug too? I mean, we know your Instagram. Your build team is Recore Fusion Inc., right?
Yeah, I think it's Fusions, but yeah.
Yes, Recore Fusions Inc., yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't prepared for this.
Yeah, hold on. I will go over to the build team right now. Hold on. This is where you want to go, and I will get the link and put it in the chat too. So it's there it is. It's Recore Fusions Inc. Okay, and on the team, the only reason I knew who was on the team is because they put all the hashtags in there. So, like, great builders, shout out to all these. There was a couple I wasn't following yet that I did follow this week when I seen over here. But Mr. Heinisch, K Panzer Creations, B Malik, You'll recognize all these names from build-offs and stuff. Big Slinky Hurricane, PT Coils, JMO, Mountain Hippie Coils, Sugar Coils, Builds Vitalian, Richard 972, Marama, 83, been
Roma.
around for, yep. Mind Dream, G Fees, Punk Rock. That one I had to follow. Go check out though. Very cool. And Mind Dream, I think I said already. So this is the team. And,
Oh yeah, and just one thing, if you want to know, Maroma 83, Anna, actually was the one who showed me the overhang alien.
Okay.
Way before I was on the team and way before I did it actually. And then he did the first Tidy Vape Builders Workshop video. There was a Tidy Vape is a reposter site.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing Builders Workshop, and he did the first episode and he showed an overhang alien on that.
Yes, I remember those videos. Okay. Is that what he called it to? Did he call it an overhang alien? Is that what everybody's calling it? Pretty much,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Good.
I'm just saying yes because I don't like hangover alien.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just sounds like
That was me mixing it up. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I actually didn't mean to say it like that, but it's actually pretty funny that I did say it like that.
Yeah, it's like an alien got drunk.
Yeah. I guess it kind of looks like that, I guess. Alright. Well, I'm going to shut this down, and yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like. We'll be back 1:30. Why am I paused here? The camera went off. Okay, we got this, though. We got this. I think I got this. One sec. Properties. Uh-oh. OBS isn't responding. Do you still hear me? Hopefully they still hear me.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Don't see it, but
There you go. I think I got it now. It's actually, I think I might just be doing too much here. Turn that off. Display capture. This. Let's see how good I am here.
oh, that's your funny profile picture.
There it is, and it's out of focus because of that damn wire. Oh well, this is what you get, guys. It's going to be blurry. I'm not switching it to just say goodbye. Thank you all for coming out. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the chat being active.
Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.